All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome to another grind video. So today we're going to be doing Dehkia Cadry. It's the newest spot that came out recently, and yeah, my first time here. I looked at Garmoth and was wondering how much silver it is an hour roughly. It's about like 1 billion according to Garmoth, which, you know, doesn't seem like a lot in a Dehkia spot for a spot that requires like 700 and 30 gear score. So this is it. Recommended 310, 400. And like overall, I didn't see anything I really wanted. Like obviously Deboreka rings are nice and limbo seals, but there's no treasure items and stuff. So we're just kind of testing the spot out. Yeah, I've never done this before, so I don't know what to expect. And let me see. I heard this spot is good for Agris as well, so we're gonna pop that one. Might as well do this. What is this? How much time do I have on these? Might as well use it, to be honest. I'm gonna just be at like 290. All right. I think this spot is demi-humans or humans, one of them. Either way, we're just gonna go old school elixirs today. All right, cool. And there's only level 1 for this one, so it's not like a tier 2 Dehkia spot. It's so weird. I wish they would only have one Dehkia lantern that kind of works similar to this, like level 1 or 2 Dehkia. All right, well, I don't know what to expect, so good luck. Hope we don't die. Oh no, the trash loot is 0.3. Are they really going for my... What does this mean? I saw red and then white, you know. So from my experience in video games, red means bad. You don't want to stand in it. Oh, what is this? Extra damage against cadres. Are they attacking my horse? Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't have parked it so close. Okay, so when I stand in white or under white lane, I get a buff. Hold up. Let me... move that further away. Oh yeah, by the way, gear's still the same from before. The only thing that I've gotten an upgrade for was another crystal, and I'm still missing one more, but it's okay. I'll get it eventually. The last one I need is the plus 3 to AP. Where are they going? They keep trying to like leave the circle. And I thought I parked my horse further away. Okay, so white side means buff. Commander. Okay. You know, back in the day, I don't know how many people have been playing BDO for, like, I guess when cadres were actually relevant. Commanders are actually hard to kill. And when you saw a gatekeeper back in the day, you knew it's like, oh god, you need a group to kill it. Nowadays, it's what? I think you can solo gatekeepers. It's kind of tanky, actually. What I can get out of that. I got exactly 1 relic scroll and 1 capra stone. Holy, we're cooked, boys. Spot's not good. Do I think I'll be grinding the spot more often? Judging by the loot table, probably not. Like, I think that if I'm gonna grind, I want to go for like treasure items these days, and this spot is not it. But yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. If you guys are still enjoying the game so far, what are you guys up to? What's your goals? Did you guys watch the developer commentary where they talked about like what's going to happen in the future and upcoming items, the Karazad accessories? I heard people say that it's probably still cheaper to just straight up buy a Pendebo ring and then turn that into a level 9 or I guess Nav and go from there. Compared to like a Tet one and getting Tet and then self-crafting. I don't know. I guess we'll see what the actual enhanced rates are when they do come out. But yeah, I guess we could talk about it for a little bit. Like the state of BDO, that's a question everyone really wants to know. And right now, I guess it's a weird time. I hope the game picks up. And people have been asking me, like, do I still enjoy the game? And yeah, I actually do think BDO is like a good game. Right now, it's not in a great spot, and I understand why. Also, a new MMO just came out that doesn't really help anything, but yeah, I think it's just the state of the game right now. I think I need to park my horse in a different spot next time. I don't know why it's running away. But yeah, I just think that Pearl Abyss of Korea, not the American team, Pearl Abyss, is actually really great. They're really helpful and responsive when I like send them messages, at least. But it's just, I don't know. The PvP is an end game for people, and when they're making it not so great, taking out all the stuff that people enjoyed, it really is disheartening. Because there was something that, you know, no one cared about a while ago, and that was ocean content, and I guess it's even worse now. But back in the day, when there were 4 carracks that you can get, and they were hard to get, I chose the Valor carrack because that was supposedly the PvP one, and I never really thought I was gonna take like boat PvP seriously, but I got it because it seemed like it would be fun to do, you know, ocean content and everything. Turns out, once they added naval fame a while ago, that kind of killed any sort of PvP. So I'm like, oh, well, at least there's regular one, which is good. But nowadays, when it's like, people don't really even like doing node wars. #1 siege guild in NA no longer does it either, and you're just like, whew. I don't know what the scene looks like on EU. From what I've heard in like the few screenshots I've seen from other video partners and stuff, they're like, yeah, it's not great either. I'm like, yeah. So I don't know. I still think that BDO can turn around. This could sound like opium, but like I do think that BDO is a good game. That's why I've been playing it. It's just right now it's not. So hopefully in the future they could, you know, see the decline in players and be like, oh, maybe we should, you know, fix it. Ooh, that was a lag right there. What was that? Okay, we get a Enfield Blackstones. Okay, red means you get hurt. Kind of figured that by myself, but I hate that how there's always going to be one more just because these things keep going from my horse and that's like so far away. But yeah, the grind for me, what my goals are, still got to push this past pen. And I know like most people who are playing it more seriously, they already have their like octa pen, and I'm just like, man, it's like 4.5 billion a click, and it doesn't feel good. If I was at Pearl Abyss, how would I change the enhancement system? Like, I understand that VDO is a business and they got to make money and everything, but like with the difficulty right now of getting the hardest items, they should make the materials to enhance a little bit more scarce. However, when you fail, it should not downgrade without crons. Like, getting crons is a pain. We all know it. And I know that like we just grind for silver to buy vendor crons and then repeat the process. I think if they added more notable things to do in the game, like for example, right now, the ways of making relevant amounts of silver an hour kind of are limited. However, if they added more things to do that like was enjoyable to spend my hour on, more than just grinding circles and stuff like this, I think I would like legitimately still enjoy the game even more. And yeah, I just wish there's like different things to do. It doesn't, the difficulty itself of getting an item is irrelevant, as we've seen me play this game for years. But just wish there's more things to do. That's it. Also, these things are kind of tanky for a 1 bill an hour spot. Am I wearing like all out attack and standard PvE? Ears on. Okay. How far does my horse have to be for them to not run away? What if I parked my horse all the way out here? Surely they don't run towards that, right? I understand that they want to make grind spots more unique, but you know, a red and white side that gives a damage buff, that is not it. They like legitimately just make the spot easier at that point. I don't feel any different doing that. At least they're not running away to chase my horse. That's a million miles away. They really did make a Pokeball mechanic. Stand on the white side. Okay, so it's been like 16 minutes. Seems like a Cadry commander comes out every 5, roughly. Seems kind of angry. He's attacking pretty fast. How do you get knocked down? It's like, okay. How much trash loot are people making an hour? I should probably look that up. Wait, I was on the white side and I was Q blocked, but you still take damage even if you're on the white side, but you get a buff with it. So either way, you still take damage. One just gives you a buff, one will hurt you even more. Weird. Watch. Yeah, it looks like a blocking through that one. But at least when I grind spots, I kind of want that feeling of, oh, you got a rare item, you know, the new artifacts, like the new DR ones and stuff. I kind of want to go for those, but like they're not good enough for me to like high prioritize it. I'll get it eventually, that's about it. But this bot just straight up doesn't have anything notable. They have Debo rings, but they also have like 7 other spots that have Debo rings and give other stuff too. To the point where this one is just like, why did they add this spot, to be honest? Like, add some sort of rare item to it that makes it worth grinding. And according to Garmoth, it's not even like super high on the silver list either. What are those? Do I just not stand next to it? Am I supposed to lure them into it? Or the commander? Does that affect the enemies too? Like what side they're on? I don't see them getting a buff, so probably not. I think that would have been cooler though. Like if the enemies are on a certain side, they get a debuff when that happens. Or they get a buff, I guess, based on what side you are. It makes it more interactive. Both of those sides looked red. I'm gonna be honest. I need to watch that back. That was 21 something. Maybe that was intended. You know, if they're gonna make this a Dehkia 1 spot, like 310 AP, you might as well just get rid of this 20 AP spot and just say it's a 290 grind spot. I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I pick out grind spots, aside from like the loot table and what I'm actually going for, I kind of never really like the desert grind spots, simply because it's, you know, if you're grinding somewhere for a while, you kind of want to have at least a nice scenery and everything. Let me try to pull it to this orb to see if anything happens. Dude, how long is the CC? Holy. But like, I enjoyed grind spots like Odalita, Comet Sylvia, just because it's like green, nature, and easy to look at. Whereas grinding in the desert, it sucks. It's just like bland and dry. Ugh. Oh no, that's just like environmental fatigue, I guess. Is that the right word? Yeah. You know what they should do? Like Elvia. They should have just made more spots on Elvia instead of Dehkia. Like, what is the point of the whole Elvia realm? At this point, you might as well remove Elvia, turn all those spots into Dehkia. Oh, that dude, it's been 20 minutes and my inventory is full almost. That's not good. I hope this is not the new standard of like high-end grind spots where your weight fills up in 20 minutes. And this is someone who actually bought weight. This is like my main character. Anyone else? Oh, you're cooked. Why do they spawn so slow? But yeah, nowadays, like, I still play the game. It's just I don't play it as much as I used to. Like, I'm still on pretty regularly. Just go on, do it daily, maybe grind an hour, and then I'm like, oh, let's go do something else. So yeah, like one thing I want to do more is I want to start learning the new morning light bosses, doing the hard modes and everything. So if anyone wants to like make a group, just join my Discord and then we'll just go do them. Even if you want to do it normal, it doesn't matter. I just let me get them done for the week. How did I CC it before? I don't understand that mechanic. I tried to pull it to the orb and like knock him down. Or is it literally just knockdown ability that does that? Because it doesn't seem like it works all the time. Wow, the drop rate on these ancient scrolls are not that good. Those are both red. I was like, wait, what happened? Sometimes it baits you. There's no white side, there's just red. Oh, they're both white. Is it random? I didn't know that. Good to know. Sometimes you lose to RNG and get 2 reds. Sometimes you get double white. Dang, even more RNG in this game. In my grind spot. I'm going to be honest. This spot is kind of boring. I would rather grind Dehkia Ash Forest too, because there's a risk of me actually dying there. Also, it has better drops, but it's beside the point. Hello. How do I get a knockdown on him? It doesn't work. Literally, most of DK attacks are knocked or down attacks. I was at 92,000 when we started. Now I'm at 86. Huh, not bad. You know, one thing that would be nice is if we could turn our loot scrolls into Agris. That way, for people who are like me and have 2,500 loot scrolls, is zero shot. I'm gonna grind all of that. Unlucky double reds. Would actually be able to use them all without grinding 2,500 hours. So about 33 minutes in, and we had like 12,000 trash loot. And then I even had a few, like probably a total of a minute of me not knowing what to do, and the enemies running to my horse a few minutes in the beginning. So I'm like, I see. So I guess most of the silver is just straight silver, like no RNG, but that's less fun these days. I would rather have the adrenaline rush of like, oh, you got a disto. Remember back in the day at Star's End when you got a distortion ring and then you're like, oh yes, I made so much money this hour. Now getting it like Star's End is actual dead. Oh, that kind of hurt a little bit. Just don't get hit. Remember when sealed black magic crystals were, you know, not 300k each? You remember when they were 6 mil back in the day, and they had a order on it for literally like 6 months? I remember those times. Actually, I don't know if it was 6 mil. Back in the day, it was like 3.6. But yeah, there was a time when they were max price. Now this is like the lowest I've ever seen them. 300k each. I should have sold them back in the day. think I killed them too fast. I was just standing there waiting for that respawn. So even the faster classes, you still have to wait for a cooldown on the respawn. That kind of sucks. You remember in the dev commentary, they said they're going to add more grind spots into the morning light area to make it like more lively and stuff. I kind of wonder what that's going to be like. And in the last, what was it, Calpheon Ball they had last time? They said there's going to be a new region called like Demon Land or something, which, you know, literally the most generic anime trope I've ever heard in my entire life. But, you know, they do it well, it could be good. How many Capra stones have we gotten? 19. These aren't even... I feel like this would be a lot better if Capra stones actually, you know, were 3 mil instead of 2. Would feel a little bit better. That's a double red. Mod damage buff. You want to know a mechanic that's been broken in this game that shouldn't have ever been, like, even a mechanic or a feature? You know how when it rains in the game, everyone, like, it's been broken for years, so it literally doesn't affect us. But when it's raining, your AP is supposed to go down. It makes sense in theory, but that's a stupid mechanic. Like, it's a video game, we're not playing real life. So I hope they either just never fix it or remove it from the game. Remove that feature, I guess. Double bad again, unlucky. So this is how people are gonna post like their top 1% grinds. Like, oh, I got double whites every time. I sort of do notice the plus 20 monster damage. Like, it's not a big notice, but things do die in like one less combo, which is like noticeable, big, but not like big noticeable. Like, you remember, I guess the best way to compare it is if you grinded like any Elvia spot and you got the little light thingy that Gives you like Giga AP. Yeah, it doesn't feel like that, but it feels good. Knockdowns on this boy don't exist. I didn't even do anything and it just got hit. However, this is a refreshing spot compared to Crescents. I do think Crescents probably gives a little bit more silver, but going out actually fully into the desert doesn't feel good. I hate doing that so much. If I could add one feature to the game, it would be like, if anyone's ever played Genshin Impact, you know how you could have a portable waypoint and that you send that wherever. Like for everyone that has a specific grind spot they like, you can use the Magnus well and just basically go in there and go to your favorite spot. And then you'd have to like recharge it, kind of like the Villa Scroll every 7 days or something. Like, you know what they could do? Where is it? Under your favorite spots. Like, you know when you're auto-pathing to a place? You could go to Magnus Well on one of them. So in theory, we should probably get like 3 more commanders. This one plus maybe another 3. Okay, so let me figure this out. What does this do? And we got a double red during a boss. Excellent. No damage buff. Pokeball mechanic. But I just want to look again. Am I sure they drop anything good? No, they don't. Of course they don't. Could I get one Debo ring, please? Unlucky. Double red. So, what have we learned from this spot so far? There's RNG mechanics, whether you get a buff or not. This spot is only a bill an hour for a 710 gear score requirement or recommendation. The loot table isn't even that good. I think if you are like, I don't know, what 710 plus gear score, this, you might as well just grind, I don't know, somewhere else. Even, I might actually say that Crypt of Resting Thoughts might be better, just because it has a, in theory, higher chance of Debo belt than this place does. And that goes from experience. All my pen Debos I self-made. I never bought any of them, because you couldn't buy them when I made them. You know, Debo prices are getting to the point where it's almost equaling out a raw tap. Like, it's always still better to cron it, but I don't know how it'll be when Charizard accessories come out. I think those, as long as you cron it, they don't downgrade. At least I hope not, anyway. Because, bro, if accessories downgraded at like Nav, especially with Charizard, dude, I think I would quit the game. If you raw tap it though, I mean, yeah, that's expected, but if you cron it, like right now, clicking a Tet to Pen Debo with crons, it still feels kind of bad, but the risk of downgrade feels even worse. Ooh, that was a solid like 10 seconds before anything spawned. Dang, that 100 did like no damage. I even have double Black Spirit Rage recovery crystal or reforge crystals in there. I think it helps actually. Okay, so what else have I learned grinding the spot? Don't park your horse anywhere close. Even that hill, that mountain right there, it's not a safe spot. They'll chase it. You literally have to park your horse all the way down there, like out of vision. I think they need to tone that down, the aggro radius. Okay, so after this one, probably one more commander. All right, let me see if I can actually understand this. Do I bring it to the orb? Okay, well that CC'd him and me, so, but it took away his defensive bonus. I got a ranged AP artifact. Oh, that's cool. Oh crap, my telescope's on cooldown. Oh, a double white. That's cool. What did I use my telescope on a few hours ago? I think I went to the morning light to do a boss. In the one spot I didn't put a boss alt there, and whoever designed the timers for when the morning light bosses spawn, and you put 2 of them at the same time, like literally just schedule it an hour difference or something. $24,000. You know what would make this spot cooler is like if the enemies died on the white spot during that time, you get double loot. I think that'd make it more interesting and interactive. Whereas this buff that we get, it's cool, but it's like whatever, kind of, you know, it's not a big deal. All right, so this is probably going to be our last commander, assuming maybe one more before the hour runs out. Okay, let me see. Okay, so the black orb CCs him. Interesting. Oh god, I nuked it so fast. I think I understand now. We're 55 minutes into the grind and it makes sense. Got it. I thought I tried to do that the first time, but it just didn't do anything. Weird. And then that time I think I just personal best record time nuked it. Uh-oh, boys, it's raining. You guys see this? AP reduced during the rain. Yeah, that feature has been broken, and I hope it stays like that. On. Do something. That does look kind of cool though, actually, I'm not gonna lie. The explosion. All right, 57 minutes in. All right, let me see if I can replicate it. We bring it to the thing, have it attack the orb, gets debuff. Now we just full burst. I see. That was pretty good. We killed it in less than a minute. Yeah, I think if I were to do another hour, I could get like maybe another 20% more trash loot now that I understand that mechanic. But even then, is it worth going back here? Probably not. Like, I'd rather grind Ash Forest, to be honest. All right, whenever this thingy expires, we're done grinding. This thingy and whatever my elixirs run out, that will be a total of 1 hour. I should probably... Do I need Sangoon? Oh, Sangoon is my last one for the week. I luckily have a character there, but... Yeah, I'm only gonna be here for another, like, minute, so... I'm gonna go do that boss after. Oh, so they do spawn every like 2.5 minutes if you do it right. All right, let me see if I can replicate it again. Okay, so it attacks the orb, CCs itself, and I do big burst. And we got a white circle. Let's go. All right, I think we got like one 1 or 2 more pulls and then my elixirs run out. Okay, well, let's see. We got 28.5 loot first time here. Let me pull out the calculator in 1 second. All right. What is this? 28,584 times, how much is this? 35,880. We made 1 bill in trash loot. 1 bill in trash loot. We didn't get any rare drops. We got 39 Capris, 27 of these. So if I were to average this, like, you know, sell all the stuff as well, probably like 1.1 bill silver. It's about, we started with 92, so it's about like 12,000 agris. Granted, this is my first time, didn't know what I was doing really, so I think I could do a lot better. So it's probably, assuming that you're just like okay-ish, you could probably make like 1.3 bill and stuff. So I thought that was a good experiment. I think I could definitely do better next time around, but will there be a next time? Probably not, to be honest. I don't know. It's just like they come out with a new spot. These aren't even common. 710 gear score requirement for this. We didn't even get a normal Cadry ring either. Oh, yeah, it's not that great. It's a learning experience, but that's about it. Anyway, I'm gonna go do a boss now, and I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic day. Peace.